Sorry, I haven't scanned it yet.
I will take the attendance from the person who turn on the camera, not the QR code anymore. Okay, everyone, turn on the camera already. I'll take the screenshot, yeah, as the attendance. 1, 2, 3. Okay, wait a moment. Okay, this one, another one. Please put on your name, okay? Write down your name. If there's no name, yeah, so I will not put it in the attendance. Okay, let's start. Yeah. So today, yeah, it's the first week in the second half, yeah, where we will have the lecture, yeah, regarding the quantitative data collection. Yeah. Okay, do you hear my voice? Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I'll share the PowerPoint. Yeah, I hope you see it already. Yeah. Okay, so today, yeah, we will learn about the quantitative data collection. Yeah. Anyone, do you have any idea what is the quantitative data? Yeah, anyone? What does it mean? The quantitative data. What do you have in your mind?
I think it is the data collection method using numerical approach.
Okay. Numerical approach. Okay, thank you, Satria. How about other?
It
Quantitative.
requires statistics
Hmm?
tools. Require statistic tools.
Statistical tools. Yeah, okay. How about others? Any more idea?
It also uses data.
Sorry, Raiha?
It also uses data.
Okay, use data. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Yeah. Okay, so this is the paradigm dimension, yeah, between qualitative and quantitative. Yeah, you can see here. I think you are familiar already. Yeah, like for the quantitative, yeah, you have the numbers, yeah, the data, yeah, probabilistic, yeah, while in the qualitative, yeah, you can see here, yeah, more on the not number, yeah, mostly the quantitative data, yeah, the data that you collect, yeah, it will be in the form of numbers, yeah. But qualitative, yeah, you can have the words, yeah. That's why you can conduct the content analysis, yeah, and others, yeah. Okay, and then, yeah, what is the data collection? Yeah, data collection. Yeah, so you are collecting the data. Yeah. What is the data? Actually, data is the available information about a topic. Yeah. So it's information about something. Yeah, that's data. Yeah. So to say this is what my subject said and did. Yeah. So it's data. Yeah. And data would be available everywhere. Yeah. Yet unless they are systematically collected, yeah, they cannot be used for any specific purpose. Yeah, actually data is anywhere. Yeah. You can find the data. Yeah. But if you don't collect it, yeah, you cannot use the data. Yeah. And with this data collection, yeah, the methods of data collection, it allow the researchers, yeah, to approach data through systematic processes, yeah, and collect them within given boundaries, yeah. So you collect the data, yeah, with specific purpose, yeah. You have the objective, yeah. Okay. So the questions, of course, who, yeah, from whom that you will collect the data, what kind of data that you need, yeah. So it will relate to the questions, what kind of questions that you would like to answer. If you conduct a research, yeah, what kind of research question, yeah. And then what kind of indicators, yeah. Indicators means that the evidence, the evidence that answer your questions, and this to get the information, to answer your questions, you need the source of information, It can be the individual who answer your questions, or maybe it can be the records, or something that's available for the public, Okay. So there are actually two methods, in analysis, two basic approach actually in the research. First one is inductive. The inductive method. It's inductive and deductive. So for the inductive, actually begin with the concrete empirical details. And work towards abstract ideas or general principles. So it's a bottom-up approach, that looks through the perspective of the object, of the subject, So it's more or like, if it's inductive, you work on one details of data, one thing, and then from several cases, from several data, you try to find like something general, So it's from the bottom, You have many data, many events, and then you try to get, what are the similarity among them, where you can generalize, the events, the phenomena, to be one general principle. That's the inductive method. Well, the deductive, what is the deductive? Actually, it's began with one idea, abstract idea or hypothesis, and then, you collect the data, to test the idea, to test the hypothesis. That's the difference. So it's opposite, the opposite. Deductive on bottom up, you have some empirical data or some cases, and then you go up to find the generic idea, the general principles. On the contrary, the deductive, it's more top down, so you have like one idea, one big idea, one concept, one theory, and then you try to test that theory, that's idea, that's the difference between the inductive and the deductive. Is it clear regarding the inductive and deductive method? Is it clear?
Clear, Miss.
Clear,
Yes,
Miss.
Miss.
Okay, okay. So inductive, bottom up, there are many things, and then you try to generalize it, But for the deductive, it's more on top down, like you have one concept or one theory, and then you try to test that one. There might be some from the concept, you might have some data collected to test that concept. So both of these methods, they often used together in the data collection. This is the multidisciplinary research. This is often used by the research. Inductive and deductive. Okay, and then for the data collection, the method itself, actually there are two categories of data collection, qualitative and quantitative. This selection, of particular form, this selection of particular form depends on the nature, of the research study. For example, the survey research, actually we use the quantitative research, yeah, while the ethnographic research usually use the qualitative research techniques, yeah. And generally, both the quantitative and qualitative, yeah, they are accumulated in research in order to increase the validity and reliability of the data obtained. Yeah. So it's not really separated. Yeah. Oh, quantitative, only quantitative, qualitative, only qualitative research. But sometimes, mostly, it's mixed. Yeah. Okay, you have the quantitative data, you have the numbers, you run models. Yeah. But what does it mean? Yeah, you can also do the qualitative method. You collect some data, yeah, to explain what the result of the quantitative data implied. Yeah. Okay, so it's not really. Oh, I only do the. I will only do the quantitative only. Yeah, or I want to do the qualitative only. But sometimes, yeah, you can combine both of them. Yeah. Mostly, yeah, we do that. Yeah. Okay, so the type of data, actually, there are, yeah, for the data sources, yeah, the primary data and then the secondary data. Yeah, anyone would like to explain what is the primary data? What is the secondary data? Do you remember? Anyone? Yeah, okay. Najla, are you there, Najla?
Yes, Miss.
Yeah, what is it, the primary data? Primary data plus, yeah.
I think primary data, we get it from direct, maybe like observation or interview, while secondary, we get it from journal or articles.
Mm. Okay, you mean the sources, yeah? Okay. How about others? Naira, are you there, Naira? Naira Anjani. Naira Anjani? No? Okay. Naira Anjani. Not attended the class. Okay. Andrew, are you there, Andrew?
Miss, sorry, my connection got lost.
Yeah, okay. You're there. So
I'm here.
what is the primary data and secondary data? Can you explain?
Primary data and secondary.
Yeah.
So primary data is the information that got from the first hand, collected by researcher for a purpose. And it can be also collected from the interviews or experiments. Meanwhile, the
Secondary?
secondary data is information that is already collected by someone else for different research.
Okay, thank you. Andrew, are you there, Andrew?
Yes, Miss.
Yeah. Just remember what are the primary and secondary data?
I think primary data is a data that we collected directly by ourselves, and secondary data is a data that someone else has already collected.
Yeah, it's published already. Yeah, the primary data you collect it by yourself. Yeah, but the secondary it's something published already, somewhere published already. Yeah, you just get the published data. Yeah, someone collected the data and published it, and you just take from that data, or maybe the report that the company, they have the report, and then you just use that report. Yeah, somebody else use it, publish it. Yeah, make it. Okay, thank you, Najla, Naira, and Andrew. Yeah, let's get back to the PowerPoint. Yeah, so mainly there are two types of data: the primary data and the secondary data. Yeah. So in order to get the data, yeah, you need the source. Who are they? Yeah. Are they the informant? Yeah. The person, yeah, that you would like to interview, for instance. Yeah. Or yeah, maybe it's the document, the paper. Yeah. There are some papers already, yeah, as the report of the company or the report or of organizations, yeah, or the paper in the journals, yeah. That's the secondary data. Yeah, while the primary data you collect it by yourself. Yeah, it can be in the social science by interviewing someone else, by conducting the focus group discussion. Yeah, but you can also take the data, for instance, from the observation. You observe. Yeah. For instance, you would like to know how many person are coming, yeah, during the daytime, or how many persons or how many car passing, yeah, each hour, yeah. You observe it, yeah. You and then you make the record, yeah. So the place and location, yeah, this is also important, yeah. Where is it? Yeah, it will be different, you know. For instance, okay, you would like to have the data. What kind of data? Okay, the population data. Where is it? Yeah, is it in West Java province or is it in East Java province? Yeah, according to the place, yeah, different places they will have different data. Yeah, and it's important for the social science. Yeah, it's not only the place but also the time is important. Sometimes, like, even if in the same places, yeah, in the same places, okay, I do the contact at the same place, but yeah, 1 year ago, yeah, last year, yeah, 2 years ago, 3 years ago will be different with the present, for instance. Yeah. Okay, so the place, the time, yeah, that's important, yeah, in terms of collecting the data. Yeah. Okay, and then yeah, the step, yeah, what are the steps, yeah, in the process of quantitative data collection? Yeah, there are 5 steps. Yeah, first you should determine, yeah, the participant. Yeah, the person, yeah, the informant, yeah, who are they? Yeah, the participant of your study. Yeah, the second, yeah, obtaining the permission. Yeah, yeah, the permission. If you would like to take your research in the company, yeah, you should get the permission from the company, or maybe you would like to take to conduct a research in a particular area. Yeah, you need the permission from the authority of that area. Yeah, so who are they? Yeah, the participant of your study, the permission, the permit. Yeah, the second one, and then the third one. Yeah, you should consider what types of information that you would like to collect. Yeah, the types of information. Yeah, and then the fourth one. Yeah, locating and selecting the instrument. Yeah, where is it? Yeah, what kind of instrument? Yeah, what kind of tools that you would like to use? Yeah, to collect the data. Yeah, and then lastly, administering the data collection. Yeah, you conduct it. Yeah, you do the data collection. Yeah. Okay, and then this is that's it. Okay. Yeah. So this is the who, yeah, participant who will be studied. Yeah. So it's identifying the unit of analysis. Yeah. Is it in the level of individual? Yeah. A person? Yeah. Or it's a unit of like an organization. Family is the smallest organization, the family. Yeah. Or it's the organization or the company, or it's a district. Yeah. From which the data will be collected or will be gathered. Yeah, so the unit of analysis, yeah, the left, yeah, it's important. Yeah, individual will be different with the organization. Yeah, the point of view. Yeah, if you interview, okay, you interview me as an individual. Yeah, as individual persons. Yeah, the answer will be different if I am the representative of the companies or the organization. Yeah, so it's important. Yeah, what is the unit of analysis? Yeah. And then based on the unit of analysis, yeah, the independent and dependent variable will be different. Yeah. Okay. So anyone still remember what are the dependent variable and independent variable? Maybe the definition, anyone still remember what are the definition of dependent and independent variable? Anyone? Haikal Nur Fadil, are you there, Haikal?
Yes, Miss.
Yeah. Can you explain what are the dependent and independent variable?
Dependent and independent.
Yes.
A dependent is the variable that represent the outcome or effect.
Mm-hmm. And
But
then the independent?
independent, you change or control in a study to see. I think it's quite the same, but the independent is the cause, but the dependent is the effect.
Okay, cause and effect. Okay. Thank you, Nur Fadil. How about others? Anyone? Maitza, are you there, Maitza? Hello, Maitza.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. What are
Um,
the dependent and independent?
so my answer is not really different from Haikal. From what I know, dependent is the effect and the dependent is the cause.
Okay. Thank
Yes,
you, Maitza.
that's
How about others? Any other person would like to answer? Aldra, are you there, Aldra?
Yes, Miss.
Yeah. Would you like to answer?
My answer is not really different from the previous two answers. From what I understand, the independent is the variable which affects the dependent, Miss.
Okay, yeah. So if you have the function y equals to the function of x, yeah. So the y is dependent or independent?
Sorry, Miss, can you repeat again?
Yeah, if you have the model, yeah, y equals to the function of x, yeah. So which one is the dependent? Is it the y or the x?
The dependent, I think the X, Miss. Is it?
Dependent. Independent, yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Anyone? If I have the model, yeah. Y equals to function of x, yeah. Which one is dependent? Which one is the independent? Malika, are you there, Malika?
Yes, Miss.
Yeah. Can you answer?
From my answer is for the X as independent and Y as dependent.
Okay, thank you, Malika. Yeah. How about others? Rafi, are you there, Rafi? Rafi Malik?
Yes, Miss.
Yeah. If y equals to the function of x, which one is independent? Which one is the independent?
I think the X is the independent variable because it's the one we change or control, and the Y is dependent variable, Miss.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Okay, yeah, the dependent, independent. Independence is something uh, um, what is it? If from the function y equals to the function of x, yeah. So x are the independence that will influence the outcome, the y. Yeah, y is as the dependent variable. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Haikal, Maitza, Aldra, Malika, and Malik. Yeah, let's get back to the PowerPoint. Yeah. So it's a population and sample. Yeah. Anyone can explain what is the population and what is the sample? What are the difference? Yeah. The differences between population and sample. Yeah. Anyone? Satria, okay, please.
As far as I know, population is all of the subject and object of our research, while sample is the smaller part of population, Miss.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. How about others? Anyone else would like to add, or maybe you agree with Satria, that's okay, or you have different opinions, that's okay as well. Yeah. Anyone else? Aisa, are you there, Aisa?
Yes, Miss.
Yeah. What are the definition of population and sample?
Population is the entire group that being researched by us. The sample is the specific or smaller group.
Okay, yeah. So the population, yeah, that's the subject, yeah, that are the interests of your study. Yeah, that's the population. Yeah. It can be a group of individuals, it can be a group of companies, yeah. But yeah, they are the interest of your research. Yeah, you would like to study that. Yeah, study that topic, study that subject. Yeah, and population. Yeah, they have the same characteristic. Yeah, if it's individuals, so that group of individuals that they have the same characteristic. If it's a group of companies, so that groups of company have the same characteristic. Yeah, okay, that's population. Yeah. What is the sample? Yeah, sample actually a part of the population. Yeah, and yeah, if you get the sample, yeah, from that sample, yeah, it can be generalized, yeah, yeah, to see the population. Yeah, so from the sample, okay, you have the sample, and then from that sample, you can estimate how about the whole populations. Yeah, maybe you are familiar with the pool. Yeah, for instance, the presidential election. Yeah, actually the populations. Yeah, all the population, all the one who what is it? The population, the person who who do the election. Yeah, they choose. Yeah, they select the candidate. Yeah, that's population. But the sample, maybe they just choose. Yeah, they just choose a part of the population, and then they conduct the they collect the data, and then they process the data, and then they will have the prediction. Yeah, actually that's only the small part of the population. Yeah, they collect the data, they process it, and then they make the estimate, from that sample to describe, to for the whole population. Yeah. So by take this the sample, a part of the population, you can estimate, you can generalize, how about the population. That's the difference between population and sample. And actually the difference between the sample estimate and the true population is the sampling error. Because you just take a part of the population, not the whole population. That's the sample. How about if you take all of the data from the population? It's called as census. Like for the population census, the economic census, the agricultural census, you ask all the population, and it is expensive, and it takes time. That's why usually the census, it's only once in 10 years. You cannot conduct it every year. Because it expensive, and also it takes time. Okay, that's the population and the sample. So if you have the target, the interest for your research, the total population, and sample actually the part of population that can represent, that can be generalized for the whole population. For instance, like, okay, the population is college students, in all the higher education institution. The sample, maybe you can put like, okay, as for my sample that can represent the population, or maybe I can take some area, for the higher, the student of the higher education institution. Okay, so the sample is a part of population. We take the sample, to to be if it's a sample, it can be generalized, to estimate the population. Okay, and then the sampling, there are two types, the probability sampling and non-probability sampling. Anyone would like to explain what are they? What is the probability sampling? What is the non-probability sampling? Anyone would like to explain? You may raise your hand. Ravindra, are you there, Ravindra? Hello, Ravindra. Hello, Ravindra?
Yes, Miss.
Oh, okay. Would you like to explain what are they? The probability and probabilities?
Probability sampling is a method where maybe every population has a known or equal chance of being selected and is more objective, while non-probability is more diverse, not in only specific groups, but usually based on convenience or judgment. That's what I understand.
Okay, thank you, Ravindra. How about others? Anyone? Naila, are you there? Naila Novina Darmawan. Are you there, Naila?
Yes, Miss.
Would you like to?
Yes, Miss.
Yeah.
I guess for the probability sampling is just pick random selection for the two answers and for the
Hello?
is my voice clear, Miss? I don't think my connection is good enough.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I
I
already
didn't hear you clearly.
Oh.
Yeah.
So the probability sampling is a random selection, while the non-probability one the selection is not random.
Okay. Thank you, Naila. How about others? Raya, are you there, Raya? Raya Rabani?
Yes, Miss.
Can you explain? Yeah.
The different probability and non-probability sampling.
Yes.
I think like from the selection process, is probability sampling is random and non-probability is non-random. And bias risk if probability sampling is low and non-probability sampling is higher, I think.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Okay, probability sampling. Yeah, actually, that's the selection from the individuals. Yeah, selection of individual from a population. So, probability sampling. If you would like to conduct probability sampling, you should have the population. Yeah, you have the population. You select from that population. Yeah, as the sample, which will be the representative of the population. So that sample from the population will represent the population. Yeah, and there is a probability among the individuals, among the elements of that population to be selected, and the probability between 0 to 1. Yeah, that's the probability. Yeah, that's why it called probability sampling. Yeah, and the most important thing, if you would like to conduct the probability sampling, you should have the number of population. Yeah, you mentioned random. Yeah, there are simple random sampling and undersampling for the probability sampling. Yeah. Okay, and how about the non-probability sampling? Actually, the selection of the sample, it's for the convenience, for the practical. Yeah, so it's you don't follow like the certain formula. Yeah, the probably there is no population mostly. Yeah, so you would like to select the sample, based on the availability, based on the convenience. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's non-probability. Yeah, is it clear? Probability and non-probability. Is it clear?
Yes, Miss.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, good. Yeah. So, probability, actually, before you mention the random, that's it. One of the sampling. Yeah, simple random sampling, systematic sampling, stratified sampling, multi-stage cluster sampling. Yeah, these are the examples. Yeah, while non-probability sampling, there are confidence sampling, judgment sampling, or the snowball sampling. Yeah. Okay, anyone will explain? Yeah. Oh, I would like to explain the confidence sampling. Oh, I would like to explain the random sampling, simple random sampling. Anyone would like to to explain? Let me check. Reina, are you there, Reina? Reina Alia.
Yes, Miss.
Yeah. You choose anyone? Yeah. What kind of sampling you would like to explain?
I think stratified sampling.
Yeah.
Stratified sampling is like divide the population into groups based on the population characteristic, then take the sample from each stratum.
Okay. Yeah. So you make the group, yeah, and then among in the group you select the sample. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. How about others? Might's already. Yeah. Angelina, is there Angelina?
Yes.
Would you like to explain which one?
The systematic sampling
Yeah. What is it?
is like the participants are selected using a fixed interval after starting from a random point. Like for example, every 6% like that.
Okay, thank you. How about others? Liang Kun, are you there, Liang? Hello, Liang Kun. Hello? Are you there, Liang Kun?
Yes, Miss.
Yes. Would you like to explain which one? Hello, Liang. Would you like to explain the confidence sampling or the snowball sampling or simple random sampling?
Symbol sampling.
Yeah. What is it? What is it? Can you explain? Yeah.
Maybe I can say that.
What is it? Simple random sampling? Can you explain that?
A type of probability sampling in which the research randomly select a subset of participants from a population.
Okay, thank you, Liang Kun. Trifiko, are you there, Trifiko?
Yes, Miss.
Yeah, can you explain which one do you would like to explain?
The multi-stage cluster sampling, Miss.
Yes, please.
It's done with several stages, like starting from the large groups, then selecting smaller groups step by step, Miss, from the bigger to the smaller.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Then let's see together. Yeah, what are the types of probability sampling? Yeah, simple random sampling. Yeah. Actually, through the simple random sampling, yeah, you select the sample, yeah, from the population so that all the population will have equal chance, the same probability of being selected. Yeah. It's in Indonesia, you have the arisan, right? So the population, the name, yeah, the name, you put it together and then you just shake it, yeah, and then you pick one, yeah. So among that population, yeah, every name, yeah, has the same chance, yeah, the same probability to be selected. Yeah, that's simple random sampling. Yeah, so equal probability, yeah, among the population. Yeah, and the second one, yeah, the systematic, it's choosing every nth individual, yeah, or site in the population until the desired sample size is achieved. Yeah, so you have number of population, you name it, yeah, put it in order 1, 2, 3, 4, some until 100, for example, and systematically you will choose, okay, the fifth, for instance, yeah, so the number 5, number 10, yeah, every 5, for instance, or every second, yeah, the second, the fourth, the sixth, something like that, yeah, until, yeah, you will be able to fulfill the number of the sample. Oh, I would like to take 20, yeah, so you systematically, yeah, the second or the third, yeah, the nth, yeah, and yeah, the n, the number, it depends, yeah, okay, until you got the number of the size, yeah. And then multi-stage cluster sampling. So it's a sample chosen in 1 or 2 stages. Yeah, there are 1 or 2 stages. Yeah, because the population is not easily identified or is large. Yeah, so you make a cluster. Yeah, and it's not into it's not only one, but you conduct like some stages. Yeah, that's why multi stages. Yeah. And then there's the stratified sampling. Yeah, it's stratifying the population. Yeah, for characteristics, certain characteristic. Yeah, for age stratum. Yeah. Okay, so for instance, like you stratified, yeah, you make a classification, yeah, based on the gender, yeah, based on the income, yeah, that's the grouping, yeah. Okay, so this is the example of the stratification. Yeah, you from the population. Yeah, you classified into female and male. Yeah, and how many numbers of them? Yeah, or maybe the boys 6, the number of boys 6,000, and then the number of girls 3,000, and then you make the proportionate the same proportion, yeah, between the male and female, the boys and the girls, yeah. Or you would like to get 300, yeah, so 200 the boys and 100 girls. Yeah, this is the stratification. Yeah, stratified random sampling. Yeah. Okay, and then for the probability sampling, yeah, there are, yeah, in this book we use, yeah, convenience sampling, yeah. So participants are selected because they are willing and available to be studied, yeah. Okay, so it's more the simple one, yeah. It's convenience, yeah. It's practical, yeah. Okay, and then the second one is the snowball sampling, yeah, where the researcher asks participant, yeah, to identify other participants to become members of the sample, yeah. So you ask one, snowball, yeah, it's one, and then it's turning around, getting bigger and bigger and bigger, yeah. So first you ask one person to be the sample, yeah, and then this person will appoint another student as the next sample, yeah, and then from the first one, and then introduce you to the second one introduce you to the third one, the third one introduce you to the fourth one, yeah. That's getting bigger and bigger. That's the snowball sampling, yeah. Okay. And then, the permission, what permission are needed, for the obtaining the permission. Perhaps you would like to conduct your research in the organization, in the company, in the institution. You need the permit from that organization, from that institution. Or you would like to conduct research in a specific site. For instance, in Bogor, in the Bogor district, in Jakarta, in Jakarta province, in Lampung province, specific location, you ask the permission from the local authority. Or maybe you would like to conduct the research from the individuals. You do the survey, right? Still, you need the permit. Are they willing to answer your question? Okay. And then, if the participants are not adult already, they are still young, they are still kids, so you need to ask the permission from the parents. And you need also the University Approval and Institutional Review Board. We have the ethical board. So for the research of the masteral or doctoral students, they need the proof, from the ethical division, from the university. Okay. And then, from the variables, this is the sample, the activities and the variable, So first, for the activities, you identify the variable. For instance, like, okay, the attitudes and the subjective norms, And second, after you know the variables, then what the operational definition of that variable? So more make it clearer. Like for the attitudes, you define it. It's the way, the way people feel towards a particular behavior, for instance. The way perception of relevant group or individuals may affect one's performance of the behavior. That's for the example. Okay, so you define first, what are the variables? After you get the variables, you should make the operational definition, so that everyone will have the same perspective for that variables. And then the third one, locate the data, the measurement, the observation, documents with question and scales. Where is the data? You try to find out. And then you know where is the data. Is it in the documents? Or is it in your sample? In specific area, in specific institution? And then you collect the data. Based on the instrument, based on the tools that you use, and then you can get the numerical score, if it's the quantitative data. Okay, this is the example. The attitude and subjective forms, and then definition, and then some antecedents, about brand loyalty. This is the example, and then the score. You have the Likert scale 0 to 10, for instance. Okay, and then next, the information to collect. The data measure. What are the types of the data measure? Actually, an instrument. An instrument is a tool. A tool for measuring, observing or documenting the quantitative data. The types of instrument. It can be the performance measure. To test the measure. To test the performance. Or maybe attitudinal measure. yeah, to measure the feelings toward educational topics, or maybe the behavioral, the behavior measures, observations of behavior, or maybe the factual measures, it's the document or the record, based on the fact, Where is it? Let me check again. I'm sorry. I think it's getting out of my. Okay, can you see the PowerPoint?
Yes,
Okay, okay. And then, the scale of measurement. I think you are familiar already, with what is the nominal, what is the ordinal, what is the interval, what is the ratio. That's the data. Actually, the nominal is categorized, that describe traits or characteristic participant can check. For the ordinal, it's the participant rank order, a characteristic or trait or attribute. For the interval, it provides continuous response, possibilities to questions with assume equal distance. And then the ratio, it's a scale with a true, zero, and equal distances among units. There are the types of the data. It can be in terms of in the form of nominal, ordinal, interval, or ratio. Okay, and then the procedure for administering the data collection. You develop standard written procedures for administering an instrument. And then you have the instrument. You have the questionnaire. How is the procedure? How can you collect the data? You train. You train the researcher. You train the enumerator. How to collect the data. If it's based on the observation, how to collect the observational data. If it's based on the interview, you train the enumerator, for the good interview. So they can get the valid data that you need. And then the third one, obtain permission, to collect and use public document. Even if it's a public document, I mean, like there are some published data. You can use it actually if it's published. But sometimes, you need to ask permissions. Even if it's publicly published. You still need to ask for the permission. For instance, like if you are writing a paper, so you will use the tables from another paper, the other person. If you would like to put it in your table, you need to ask the permission, from the writer of that. That if it's a table, that's table, or it's graphics or features, from that the owner of that document. And then respect individuals and sites, during data gathering. It's ethics. You need to respect the respondent. Even if it's individual, you still you need to ask their permission. You cannot force them to answer your question. If your respondent say, okay, I'm not willing to answer the questionnaire, you can't force them. Okay, so this is the step. The step in survey questionnaire construction. Okay, it started from the reviewing the literature. You conduct the literature review. You gather the information based on the statistical data, based on the on the papers. On the any information. Publish. Any papers. reviewing the literature. Yeah. After that, you can decide what information should be stored. Yeah. What kind of information that you need, yeah, to answer your research objectives. Yeah. And then number 3, knowing the respondents. Okay, if you know what kind of data, and then you decide from whom or from what institution that you can get the information. So you should decide, yeah, who are the respondents. Yeah, that's the number 3. Yeah, number 4, yeah, constructing questionnaire items. Yeah, okay. You have the objective of the study, objective of the research, and then you construct the questionnaire items. So sometimes like the student asks me like, is there any standard questionnaires? Of course, there's no standard questionnaires. Questionnaires are tools that you use to collect the data. What are the data for? Yeah, it's based on the objective. Okay, so you have the objectives of your research. Yeah, in order to answer that objectives, what kind of data you need? Okay, so you develop the questionnaire to get the data that you need to answer the objectives. Yeah. Okay, so the questionnaire might be different between one and other researchers. Yeah, one and other study. Yeah. And then after you have the questionnaire, you can re-examine it and do the revision if it's needed. Yeah. And then the questionnaire after you examine, oh, this is good enough. Yeah, you pre-test it. Yeah, pre-testing the questionnaire, you try it. You try asking this questionnaire with your friend. Yeah, testing it. Yeah, and then lastly, editing and specifying usage procedure. Yeah, how do you conduct it? Yeah. Okay, so what is questionnaire? Questionnaire is a series of questions and other prompts for the purpose of gathering information from the respondent. Yes, it's a tools. Yeah, consists of a questionnaires. Yeah, the purpose is to gather the information from the respondent. Yeah. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear? The steps in survey questionnaire construction. Any question? No question? Okay, I hope everything clears, right? So you don't have any question at all, yeah? Okay. But if you have any questions, yeah, anytime, yeah, please raise your hand. Yeah, raise your hand and open the mic and just speak up, okay? Okay, and then this is the details of that step. Yeah, first reviewing the literature. Yeah, so before constructing the questionnaire, yeah, the researcher must review all the related literature to see if already prepared questionnaire is available to similar his or her topic of study. Yeah, this will save time and effort. Yeah, required to construct an entirely new questionnaire. Yeah, changes can be made as the study demands. Okay, so you don't start from the scratch. Yeah, there have been many questionnaires already. There have been many studies already. Yeah, you don't start from the zero. You don't start from the scratch. Yeah, you just continue what they have been doing. Yeah. Okay, if you have a topic, yeah, one topic of study, yeah, actually, it's not really new. Yeah, somebody, yeah, they have conduct research before, yeah, and it might be you continue the research, or you might be like using the same tools but different case, for instance, yeah. Okay, and yeah, you can take a look, yeah, for from other research, yeah. what kind of the objectives, what kind of questionnaire they have to answer the objectives, yeah. And then you can use that questionnaire. Okay, but I will make modification, for instance. Yeah, I will adopt it, but I will make some changes according to my case, according to my study. Yeah. Okay. Reviewing the literature. And then the second one, deciding what information should be sold. What kind of information that you would like to get, yeah, to answer your research objectives, yeah. So you must have clear objectives, yeah. And in order to answer that objectives, what kind of data that you need, yeah. In order to get that data, you make the questionnaire, yeah. So methods of data analysis that will be applied to the returned questionnaire, yeah, should also be kept in mind, yeah. And then the third part, knowing respondent. Yeah, researcher must know the target population. Yeah, in relation to occupation. Yeah, special sensitivities. Yeah, education, ethnicity, language, etc. Yeah, it's important to know your respondent. Yeah, especially if you conduct the research, your research at different place. Yeah, they have different area, different ethnics, different culture, yeah, different language maybe, yeah. Okay, yeah. So you should know your respondent, yeah. Okay. And then the fourth one, constructing questionnaire items, yeah. Each item on the questionnaire must be developed, yeah, to measure a specific aspect of objectives or hypothesis, yeah. Researcher must be able to explain in detail why a certain question is being asked and how the responses will be analyzed, yeah. Making tables that show their how item by item results of the study will be analyzed is a good idea, yeah. Okay, make sure, yeah, through that questionnaire, you are able to collect the data that you need, yeah, to answer the research objectives, yeah. And then these are the rule for constructing items, yeah, for the questionnaire, yeah. The type of questions, yeah, it can be open, yeah, open-ended questions or close-ended questions. Anyone would explain what are the difference between open and close-ended questions? Anyone, please? Let me check. Anyone would like to answer? Open and close-ended questions. What are the difference? Yeah. Saskia, are you there, Saskia?
Yes, miss.
Yes. Can you explain what are the open and closed-ended questions?
Open question is a question allow respondent to answer freely in their own words. And for the close-ended question is a question provides specific answer choices.
Okay, thank you, Saskia. Faiz, are you there, Faiz?
Thank you, miss.
Yes, miss, I'm here.
Yes, Faiz?
So open-ended questions is more like a 5W and 1H, like what, why, how, and so on. Like it provides us deep insights and uncovering unexpected information, while the close-ended is more like a yes or no answer. So it creates a structured and quantitative data that is more easy to analyze, miss.
Okay, yeah. Both open as well as close-ended questions, yeah, can be used. Yeah, however, yeah, close-ended questions. So the answer, yeah, it's closed already. Yeah, you just choose it. That's close-ended questions. But open, you can answer anything. Yeah, it's open. Yeah. And then the second one, clarity of all the item is necessary, yeah, to obtain the valid result. Yeah. Short items are preferable, yeah, to long item as they are easier to understand. Yeah. So if you make the question, make sure, yeah, it's not too long, it's not too complicated. Make sure that the respondent understand, yeah, what are you what are the questions that you are trying to ask to the respondent. Yeah, easy to understand, that's important. Yeah. And then you should avoid the negative items. Yeah, sometimes it's quite difficult to answer the negative items. Yeah, better to ask in terms of the questions, in terms of the words, the questions. Yeah, try to ask the positive questions. Yeah. Okay, and then avoid the double barrel items, yeah, which require the subject to respond or to separate ideas with a single answer. So mostly, yeah, I will ask you like to make the questions. It's clear, yeah, clear question, clear answer. Yeah, from the clear question, you will get the clear answer. Yeah, so avoid the ambiguity. Yeah, the ambiguous questions. Yeah, the ambiguous, it will lead you to the ambiguous answer, right? So try to ask one question for one item. Yeah, single item for single answer. Yeah. And then avoid using technical terms, jargon, or big words that some respondents may not understand. Yeah, try to use as simple as possible. Yeah, yeah, the questions. Yeah, so your respondent will understand your questions. Yeah. And then when a general and a related specific question are to be asked together, yeah, it is preferable to ask general question first, yeah. Otherwise, it will narrow the focus of the general question if specific question is asked first. Yeah. If you have general and specific, first ask the general one. Okay, the general one, and then you go to the specific questions. Yeah. And then number 8, avoid bias or leading questions. Yeah, don't lead your respondent to answer the question. Let them answer. Yeah, regarding to the information. Yeah, due to the information that they have. Yeah. Okay, this one, the questions formats, yeah, open-ended questions. Yeah, it can be the basic open-ended question, the probing question, the clarifying questions. It's open. Yeah. And then close-ended question is that it can be dichotomous questions. Yeah, multiple choice responded. Yeah, single coded, multiple coded. But the close-ended, yeah, you what is it? You limit the answer already. Yeah. The respondent just choose, yeah, the answer from the statement that you make. Yeah. And then scout questions, yeah, labeled question and unlabeled questions. Yeah. Okay, this is the scout questions. Yeah, scout question are spatial types of close-ended question. Yeah, they include the following categories of questions. Yeah, scout question, the behavioral, the attitudinal questions. Yeah, behavioral or attitudinal questions. Yeah, behavior or attitudes. Yeah, the question regarding that. Agree or disagree questions. Yeah, preference questions. Yeah, ranking questions. Yeah, and this question can be labeled or unlabeled as well. Yeah. And then this is the questionnaire format. Yeah, when you make the questionnaire, yeah, make sure, yeah, it's attractive for the respondent. Yeah, they are willing, so that they are willing to answer your question. Make it attractive. Yeah. And then the second, organize such that it's easy to complete. Yeah. Yeah. The easier to complete, the better. Yeah. And then number questionnaire items and pages. You make the number one, question number 1, number 2, yeah, page 1, page 2, yeah, and so on. Yeah. And then instruction should be brief, clear, and in board time. The instruction, yeah, should be brief, clear, yeah, and better to put it in the board, yeah. And then organize questions in a logical consequence, yeah. And then use examples before any item that might be confusing or difficult to understand, yeah. Try to make it simple. Yeah, they can understand easily. Yeah, don't use the confusing term. Yeah, and then begin with a few interesting and non-threatening items. Yeah, okay. If there are types of question very interesting. Yeah, like a bit interesting, not interesting. So start with the most interesting questions. Yeah. And then do not put important items at the end of the long questionnaire. Yeah, if you think, okay, this is the important questions, put it in the beginning. Yeah, especially when you have the long questionnaires. Yeah, if it's long and then the most important one you put it in at the end of the questionnaire, maybe they're tired already. Yeah, at the end. Yeah, so better to put it in the beginning. Yeah, for the important items. Yeah. And use of words, yeah, like questionnaires should be avoided, as some people might be prejudiced against these words. Yeah, be as short as possible. Yeah, so if you would like to make a questionnaire, yeah, don't make it so complicated. Yeah, but stick to the objective. You collect the data, yeah, that are needed for your research, for your study, to answer the objectives. If you don't need the data, don't collect it. Yeah. Okay. And lastly, for questionnaire items, yeah, to be meaningful to respondent enough, yeah, information should be included. Yeah. So sometimes, yeah, you need to put some information, yeah, to make the respondent know what are the meaning of that. Yeah. Maybe sometimes some terms they don't understand. Yeah, but you should use the term. Yeah, so make the list of the meaning of that questions. Yeah. And then the next step, yeah, this is the questionnaire construction. Yeah, you have the questionnaire, and then you examine it. Yeah, the re-examination and revision of the question. Yeah, after questionnaire formulation revised, it which involves, yeah, the supplementation of one's effort by the critical opinions of expert. Yeah. It can be also reviewing by representative of different groups. Yeah, you try it. Yeah, to the other. Yeah, ask them to review it. Yeah. Then questionnaires should be scrutinized. Yeah, for any technical defects. Yeah. Okay. And then you examine it, and then you pre-test it. Yeah, pre-testing the question. Yeah, so pre-test, yeah, helps in identifying and solving the unforeseen problems. Yeah, in administration of questionnaire, such as pricing, yeah, sequence of question or its length. Yeah, identifying the need for any additional questionnaire or elimination of undesired ones. Yeah. And then sample from the population used to pre-test questionnaire, should be similar in characteristic to choose who will be included in actual study. And then data collection technique should be same as planned for actual study. And after making necessary changes, second pretest should be conducted. After you pre-test it, is it good enough? Then you can conduct. Or if it's still not some terms not understandable, you can review it. And then the next step, editing the questionnaire and specifying procedure for the use. So the final editing is done to ensure that every element passes the inspection. The content itself, the form, and the question sequence. Spacing, arrangement, and appearance. Okay, and then as for the measurement, validity. What is validity? Validity is the degree to which an instrument measures what it is purpose to measure. So the interpretation, the systematic error. Reliability is the internal consistency. Reliability is about the consistency, or stability of the measuring device over time. Consistency, random error. That's for the reliability. Validity is more on the interpretation, systematic error. Okay, so the reliability score from measuring variables that are stable and consistent. For example, the background scale. The types of reliability. You could retest. Score are stable over time. To make sure. That is reliable. The questions. And then alternate forms. Equivalency or of two instruments. And then alternate forms and retest. Iterator reliability. Similarity in observation of behavior by two or more individuals. And then internal consistency. Consistent score across the instrument. Validity. Where is the validity? Actually, it's evidence to demonstrate that the test interpretation of score matches its purpose use. The type of validity. Evidence based on the test content. Evidence based on the response processes. On the internal structure. On the relations to other variables. And also the consequences of testing. Okay, that's all for the lecture. Any questions? We still have around 9 minutes. Any question, any comments, anything you would like to say? Anything? Okay, if there's no questions, I would like to end this session. How many minutes do you need for the break? According to the schedule, we will start at 3 o'clock. Is it okay? We take a break and we will start again at 3 o'clock.
Okay, Miss.
Hello.
Okay,
Miss.
Miss.
Okay. I think the Zoom, the link Zoom is still the same. So we take a break. We will start again at 3 o'clock. Okay. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you.
Waalaikumsalam.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Oke. Suara saya sudah kedengaran?
Terdengar, Miss.
Oke, kita masuk sesi responsi ya. Responsi untuk kelas riset bisnis ya. Oke. Minggu 9 ya. Tanggal 20 April. Oke, kita lanjut. Ini sudah masuk semua. Ini saya stop ini ya. Udah masuk semua kah? QR code-nya nanti saya stop ini. Udah 3 lebih 1 menit sih. Masih ada yang mau masuk? Sudah scan semua?
Wait, Miss.
Miss, sorry, I'm using one device, so I cannot scan the QR code.
Okay, the one that cannot scan the QR code, yeah, send your proof of attendance to me, yeah, through my WhatsApp, yeah, to my number, yeah. Only 1%. Okay, Maitza. Okay, it's 3:00 past 2 already. Yeah, all of you already scanned the QR code? Hello, is it okay if I end the QR code?
Yes, Miss.
Yes,
Okay,
Yes,
yeah,
Miss.
okay. Okay, I stop it, okay? I stop the share, yeah. Okay, let me check the PowerPoint, yeah. So actually you will conduct the data collection, yeah, for your project. Actually you have your group already, yeah? How many group that you have in this class? How many group? Hello, do you hear me?
I think 7 group, Miss.
7 group, okay. 7. And the total of you, 20. Let me see, let me check. What is it? Okay. You are 28, okay? So 7 group, that means like 4 members, yeah, 4 person for each group, okay. Okay, so you have the group already, yeah. So you will continue, okay. You will continue with the project, yeah. This is about data collection, yeah. Okay, this is the quantitative and qualitative. Actually, yeah. We explained this before, yeah. Also the step in questionnaire, yeah, from reviewing the literature, yeah, deciding what kind of information that you would like to gather, yeah. Knowing the respondent, yeah, and then you build your own questionnaire, yeah. You re-examine and make a revision, yeah, according to the questionnaire, yeah. After you think that's good already, you pre-test the questionnaire, yeah, and then you make the editing and then specifying the usage procedure. How can you conduct, how would you like to conduct the questionnaire, yeah? And again, questionnaire, what is questionnaire? It's a series of questions, yeah. The series of questions, there are many questions, yeah. Another prompt for the purpose of gathering information from the respondents. Again, yeah, for the questionnaire is a tools that you use to gather the data, the information, yeah. That's why it's important, yeah, before you make the questionnaire, you have the objective first, yeah, the research objective. What is the objective of your study? Yeah, from that objective of your study, yeah, what kind of data that you need to collect? Okay, so the questionnaire, yeah, you make the questionnaire, yeah, to make sure, yeah, the data that you need to answer the questions, yeah, there already, yeah. Okay, so for the questionnaire, make sure all of the data that you need, yeah, to answer the objective of your research, yeah, are able to be collected through the questionnaire that you make. Okay, that's the important thing, yeah. Okay, actually, this is we through this before, yeah. You review the literatures, yeah. You don't start from the zero, yeah. You try to find out the questionnaire, the research, the paper similar to your study, yeah. Take a look at the questionnaire that's existing already, yeah. You can make some modifications, some changes, yeah, according to your study, yeah. Okay, then you decided what kind of information it should address the objectives, yeah, and then you decide which one is the respondent, who are they, yeah, yeah. Are you going to use the sampling? What kind of sampling? Yeah. Or you don't use the sampling. You use the non-probability sampling. Yeah. Or maybe you use the census. Every population. Yeah. It depends. Yeah, depends on your research questions. Yeah. Then you construct the questionnaire. Yeah, you build. Yeah, you construct the questionnaire. Yeah, and then for constructing the questionnaires, yeah, there are open and close-ended questions. Yeah, the question must be clear. Yeah, so that the questionnaire, yeah, it must be clear. So the respondent will answer clearly. Yeah, there's no ambiguity in answering the questions. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and make sure that one questions address, yeah, one item. Yeah. Okay, so this is the questions, yeah, from the open-ended, close-ended, and scale questions. Yeah, I will explain briefly, and then you can do the work with your group. Yeah. This is the scale question. Yes, the scale question. Actually, you make the scale, yeah, for the behavior or attitude, yeah, for the agree or disagree, yeah, preferences, yeah, or the ranking, yeah. Okay, then make sure actually make sure that your questionnaire, it's not too long and it's not too short. Make sure with your questionnaire you are able to gather, to collect all of the data that you need to answer the objective of your study. You don't need to make a very long questionnaire, or don't make it too short as well. But just enough to gather your information, your data that needed for your research. Okay, and then the next step, re-examining, and then pre-testing. After you pre-test it, and then you edit the questionnaire and specifying the procedures. This is the validity. The validity. It's the degree to which an instrument measure what is purports to measure. So validity is about the interpretation, the systematic error. And then reliability, it's the internal consistency or stability of the measuring device over time. So it's dealing with the consistency, the random error, for the reliability. And then for the reliability, it scores from measuring variables that are stable and consistent. This is the example, the pattern scale. Some types of reliability can be test, retest, alternate forms, and test, retest, iterator reliability, internal consistency, the consistency, And then the validity, it's the evidence, it's evidence to demonstrate that the test interpretation of score matches its purpose use. There are some types of validity. It's evidence-based. Okay, so this is the assignment for you today. First, you have your research proposal, right? You review your research proposal and you make the necessary adjustment. If there is an adjustment that you need to do. And then you add the research method table later. I will show you the example, the table, to your research proposal. And then the third, make the data collection instrument. You make the data collection instrument and include them on your research proposal. The instrument should be based on your research question. Okay, you make the questionnaire based on your research questions. And the literature review that you have been conducted. You have conducted. And then the instruments there are two instruments actually. The quantitative instrument, questionnaire for survey, it's close-ended or short answer, for 30 to 50 respondents, This week, you make this questionnaire for the survey, the close-ended, or short answer, quantitative. And so there are two instruments, okay? The quantitative instrument and then the qualitative instrument. This is questionnaire for interview. It's actually for the next week, the qualitative. So today, this week, you make the quantitative instrument, close-ended, Okay, is it clear for this week? Is it clear? The task that you should do today?
Yes, Miss, clear.
Okay, you make the quantitative instrument, Okay, and this is actually the research table. What is the factor, the variables, the indicators, and the data collection, What is the quantitative, qualitative, quantitative analysis and qualitative analysis, This table, yeah, this is the example. Okay, this is the example, but you can make your own. You make your own tables. Yeah, this is the examples. Yeah, of the factor. Yeah, attitudes toward the political party. Yeah, or the next one, subjective norms toward reference group. Yeah. Or behavioral intention. Yeah, the variable, what are the variable? Attitudes toward candidates, yeah. The indicator of the variable, honesty, previous success, yeah. Attitudes towards leaders, yeah, the honesty, the indicators are honesty, previous success, social following, yeah. Attitudes toward policy, attitude towards programs, yeah. That's the example of variable. Yeah. And then for the subjective norm towards reference group, yeah. Subjective norms toward endorser, yeah. Subjective norms toward a social cycle, yeah. Subjective norms toward mass media, subjective norms toward social media. Yeah, this is the indicator for the subjective norms towards endorser, likeliness to follow, exemplary persona. Yeah, and behavior intention, yeah, propensity to vote a political party, likeliness to vote, yeah. So the data collection, yeah, for the quantitative quantitative survey, yeah, you use the questionnaire, yeah, Likert scale, it's 1 to 10. You can use also 1 to 5, yeah, and the quantitative analysis, maybe you can use the SAM analysis, yeah, or regression analysis, yeah. For the qualitative, you can have the interview, yeah, and the narrative analysis. Okay, so you add this table, yeah, to your proposal, and then you make, yeah, the questionnaire survey, yeah, the questionnaire for the quantitative, yeah, that you should do, yeah. The group, it's the group, okay. This one that you should do, revise your proposal, make adjustment if needed, yeah. Make the table for your research proposal, and then you make the instrument. For today, the quantitative instrument, yeah, you make the questionnaire for the survey. This is that you should do. Yeah. Next week, you will make the questionnaire survey for the qualitative instrument. Okay. Any question for the task, the assignment? Any question? Hello?
No, miss.
No,
Okay.
miss.
Is it clear?
Clear.
Okay, it's clear. Yeah, actually, you have time. Yeah, it's for the work group. Yeah, you work with your groups. Yeah. So I will just end this session, but you can work with your group. You can make your own Zoom meeting, or you can meet up. Yeah, to make this group assignment. Is it clear?
Clear, miss.
Clear, miss.
Okay. Okay, so I end this Zoom. You can work with your group. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, miss.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you, miss.
Bye-bye.